everyone, and welcome back to Future Forward. I'm your host, Mia. Today, we're diving headfirst into a question that's been sparking a lot of debate. With generative AI becoming more powerful every single day, is formal education on its way to becoming obsolete?
Hi, Mia. I'm Lucas. It's great to be here to discuss this.
Lucas, it's fantastic to have you. So think about it. I can write essays, solve complex math problems, even generate entire coding projects in seconds. It's a little bit terrifying, right? If you can get information and even create with such ease, why spend years in lectures and doing homework?
It's a very valid question, and one that a lot of people are grappling with right now. The capabilities of generative AI are truly remarkable.
Totally. But before we all go dropping out to let ChatGPT teach us everything, let's really break this down. So to kick us off, let's talk about the AI advantage. Where does this fear of obsolescence even come from? What are these undeniable advantages?
Well, the alarm bells, as your video hook put it, ring pretty loudly because generative AI offers a few really compelling benefits. The first one is instant information and creation. Imagine you need to understand, say, a complex topic like quantum physics, or even something as whimsical as a poem about a flying dog. You can ask an AI, and you get immediate, personalized responses. Not just that, but it can create content that would take a human hours, if not days, to produce.
Wow. That's wild. So it's like having this super-powered research assistant and creative partner all rolled into one. Available 24/7. That's got to be a huge draw for people.
Exactly. And building on that, the second major advantage is personalized learning on steroids. Think about it. An AI tutor that genuinely knows your strengths, your weaknesses, and even your preferred learning style. It can adjust every single lesson to optimize your understanding. It's like having the world's best private tutor, but without the astronomical price tag, and always there when you need it.
Personalized learning on steroids? That sounds almost utopian. Like, I've always struggled with certain subjects, and the idea of a tutor that truly adapts to asterisk me? That's game-changing for sure.
It really is. And then there's the third point, which is cost-effectiveness. Let's be real. Formal education, especially higher education, is incredibly expensive. While AI tools aren't always free, they can offer a significantly cheaper alternative for acquiring a vast amount of knowledge and skills compared to traditional institutions.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? The cost of tuition has just skyrocketed. So when you look at it like that, instant access, personalized tutoring, and a lower price point, I can totally see why people are asking if traditional schools are still relevant.
Absolutely. Those are some incredibly powerful arguments for AI. And for the purposes of our discussion today, focusing on the video, these are the core reasons why the alarm bells are ringing about formal education's potential obsolescence.
Okay, so that's the first part of the equation. The AI advantage. But Lucas, and I think this is where your video really hit the nail on the head, saying AI makes formal education obsolete feels like a massive oversimplification. So let's transition to the other side of the coin. Why does formal education still matter? What's the human element that AI just can't replicate?
That's a great segue, Mia. While AI is undeniably impressive, it simply can't replace certain fundamental aspects of learning. The first crucial element is critical thinking and nuance. AI can present information, yes, but it doesn't inherently teach you how to question that information. It doesn't teach you how to evaluate its sources, or how to understand the subtle implications and biases that might be baked into the data it's using.
Right. So it's like I can give you the ingredients and even bake the cake, but it doesn't teach you how to critique the recipe or understand why certain ingredients might be better than others for a specific outcome. It lacks that discernment, that human judgment.
That's a fantastic way to put it. Formal education, on the other hand, actively fosters that crucial ability to think critically, to challenge assumptions, and to navigate complex, often ambiguous information. AI is a tool, a powerful one, but it's not a substitute for human discernment. It can't teach you discernment.
Gotcha. So discernment is key. And I imagine that ties into the next point you make, which is about collaboration and communication. Because that's not just about spitting out facts, right? It's about interacting with people.
Precisely. Collaboration and communication are huge. Think about group projects, debates, presentations in a classroom setting. These aren't just about learning specific facts or concepts. They're fundamental experiences in learning to work with others, to articulate your ideas effectively, to negotiate, to compromise, and to build meaningful relationships. These are what we call soft skills, and they are absolutely vital in any career, in any facet of life. AI, in its current form, simply cannot replicate these interactions in a way that fosters genuine human connection and development.
No kidding. I mean, I remember my college group projects. Some were a nightmare, sure, but others were where I really learned how to lead, how to delegate, and even how to deal with that one person who never pulled their weight. Chuckles. You can't get that from an AI chat.
You absolutely cannot. And that leads to the third point, mentorship and guidance. A good teacher, a good professor, isn't just a dispenser of facts, they're a mentor. They provide encouragement when you're struggling, offer career advice based on their own experiences, help you navigate personal challenges that might be impacting your studies, and most importantly, they inspire you.
Inspiration. That's such a powerful word. I can see how an AI, no matter how sophisticated, would struggle to provide that genuine human connection and personal growth that comes from a dedicated educator who actually cares.
Exactly. An AI can answer a factual question, it can even explain a concept, but it can't look you in the eye, sense your frustration, and offer that specific, empathetic piece of advice or encouragement that makes all the difference. That human connection is irreplaceable.
That makes so much sense. And I guess that ties into the final point, which is structure and accountability. Because, let's be honest, self-learning can be tough. I mean, I've tried to learn a new language via an app, and my progress has been sporadic, to say the least.
Oh, I can definitely relate to that. Self-learning requires immense discipline, and not everyone is wired for that. Formal education provides a structured curriculum. It gives you deadlines, assignments, and a system of accountability. This structure is what pushes you beyond your comfort zone, often in ways that purely self-directed learning just doesn't. It keeps you on track and ensures you're engaging with the material comprehensively.
So it's like the scaffolding around a building. It provides support and ensures everything is built correctly, even when you're not actively thinking about the scaffolding itself. That's a good way to look at it. So after all this, essentially the core idea is that while AI offers incredible efficiency and personalization, formal education still holds the keys to critical thinking, human connection, and structured development. Let's bookmark that and continue after a break. Welcome back to Future Forward, everyone. Before the break, Lucas and I were diving into the tension between generative AI and traditional education. We've covered the undeniable advantages of AI, like instant information and personalized learning, but also the irreplaceable human elements in formal education, such as critical thinking and mentorship. Now let's look at the future. So Lucas, the big question is, where does this leave us? Is it really a battle between AI and the classroom?
Well, Mia, to answer that directly, no, it's not really a battle. The most likely, and frankly the most exciting scenario, is integration. We're moving towards a future where AI isn't a replacement for formal education, but rather an incredibly powerful assistant to it. Think of teachers leveraging AI.
Ooh, I like the sound of that. An assistant. So teachers could use AI to, take over some of the more tedious tasks? What would that look like, specifically in the context of the video's theme? Generative AI versus the classroom.
Absolutely. For instance, teachers could use AI to create highly personalized lesson plans. They can have AI handle the grading of mundane assignments, freeing up their time. AI can also be used to identify students who might be struggling with certain concepts, flagging them for the teacher's attention. This allows the educators to focus on what humans do best: mentoring, inspiring, and facilitating deeper understanding.
That's brilliant. So it's not about AI replacing the teacher, but about AI augmenting the teacher's abilities, right? Freeing them up to do the parts that require genuine human connection and insight, which we just talked about. Like, a teacher could spend more time with that one student who's struggling with critical thinking instead of spending hours grading multiple choice quizzes.
Precisely. And it's not just teachers. Students can also use AI as a powerful learning tool. Imagine a student working on a complex physics problem. They can use AI to check their work, to get hints when they're stuck, or to explore alternative methods of solving it. This isn't cheating. It's using a sophisticated tool to deepen comprehension.
So it's about learning styles to use the AI effectively, rather than just letting it do the work for you. It's like learning to use a calculator for advanced math. It's a tool, not a replacement for understanding the principles.
Exactly, and this integration can lead to a much more dynamic and engaging learning environment. The classroom can shift from a place of passive reception of information to a hub of active exploration, critical discussion, and collaborative problem solving, all enhanced by AI's capabilities.
That sounds like a really exciting future for education, honestly. It's less about AI die versus the classroom and more about AI enhancing stressy experience. It's about evolution, not obsolescence. So to tie this back to our core input, the video title, Generative AI versus the Classroom, Is Formal Education Obsolete?, really frames the debate, but the answer, as we're discussing, is really about integration.
Absolutely. The video effectively sets up the tension. It highlights the perceived threat of AI to traditional educational structures by showcasing AI's impressive capabilities, instant information retrieval, content generation, and personalized learning pathways. These are the aspects that fuel the obsolescence argument, as they directly challenge the traditional methods of knowledge acquisition and skill development that schools have long relied upon.
Right. And it shows how AI can fulfill tasks that used to require significant human effort, like writing code or complex essays. This creates a very compelling case for why some might believe formal education is becoming redundant. It's a persuasive hook for the video, for sure.
It is. But then the video pivots, quite effectively I might add, to the irreplaceable aspects of formal education. It argues that AI, despite its power, cannot foster critical thinking in the same way a human educator can. It can't replicate the nuanced understanding of biases or the ability to question sources. The video emphasizes that formal education cultivates these higher-order thinking skills, which are essential for navigating a complex world and for genuine innovation.
And that's where the human element comes in, right? The video touches upon collaboration and communication, highlighting that learning to work with others, to articulate ideas, and to build relationships are skills I can't teach. It's the messy, beautiful, and often frustrating process of human interaction that prepares us for the real world, beyond just knowledge acquisition.
Exactly. The video also points out the role of mentorship and guidance. A teacher isn't just a source of information. They are a mentor who inspires, encourages, and helps students navigate personal and academic challenges. This personal connection and guidance is something AI, by its very nature, cannot provide.
And the structure and accountability piece is so crucial. The video acknowledges that self-learning requires immense discipline, and the structured environment of formal education, with its deadlines and expectations, provides the necessary push for many students to succeed. It's about more than just knowing the material. It's about developing the discipline to learn it.
Precisely. So the video, by presenting these two sides, effectively builds towards the conclusion that the future isn't about AI replacing education, but about integration. It paints a picture of a blended learning environment where AI tools enhance the capabilities of educators and provide students with powerful resources, while the core human elements of critical thinking, collaboration, and mentorship remain central to the educational experience.
It's almost like AI becomes the ultimate teaching assistant, allowing educators to focus on the high-touch, high-impact aspects of teaching. And for students, it's about learning to leverage these powerful tools responsibly and effectively. It's a more sophisticated understanding of how learning can and should evolve.
That's a perfect summation. The video does a great job of illustrating that the fear of obsolescence stems from a narrow view of education. When we consider the broader development of individuals, their critical thinking, their social skills, their ability to adapt and innovate, the role of formal education, augmented by AI, becomes not just relevant, but arguably more vital than ever.
So the future of education, based on this discussion, is really about creating a symbiotic relationship. AI handles the data processing, the content generation, the personalized pacing, while humans focus on the wisdom, the guidance, the critical analysis, and the collaborative spirit. It's about augmenting human potential with artificial intelligence, not replacing it.
That symbiotic relationship is key. It's about harnessing the strengths of both AI and human educators to create a richer, more effective, and more holistic learning experience. The focus shifts from just imparting information to developing well-rounded individuals equipped for a rapidly changing world.
This has been such a fascinating deep dive, Lucas. You've really helped to clarify how generative AI can be integrated into education without making it obsolete. The core idea here is that AI is a tool to enhance, not replace, the fundamental human aspects of learning and development.
Absolutely. It's about leveraging technology to amplify human capabilities and create a more dynamic and effective educational landscape for everyone.
That wraps today's episode. Huge thanks to Lucas for sharing his insights with us, and thank you all for listening to Future Forward. We'll catch you next time.